discussed the idea that Pisces and Virgo is the nurse in the hospital, or the doctor administering medicine, or the nutritionist administering a therapeutic diet principle, okay? And because Pisces is the immune system and Virgo is the diet, you see? So these people have to learn to sift through things with a specific degree of self-confidence, because Pisces is also faith. We're not talking about faith in the religious sense. We're not talking about belief in the gullible sense. We're talking about confidence in self and confidence in others, okay? Trust is the word, to put it simply, right? Now, with the North Node in Aries, these people are going through the tug-of-war of the Aries-Libra syndrome. You know, the South Node being in Libra, North Node being Aries, the self versus, selfishness and self-preservation and survival, which is Aries, as opposed to what I'm going to sacrifice, which is also Aries, self-sacrifice for the significant other. Okay? These people with the North Node in Aries in their past lives, in the past of their lives or their past lives, have been highly reliant upon partnership. They need to learn how to fend for themselves. And it's okay for them to be selfish. I think it was a couple weeks ago on Dominique's show, the colleague was referencing people who cling and feel that they cannot survive or be themselves without being in a relationship. These are the people who need to be by themselves the most. I said to myself, now that is the North Node in Aries with the South Node in Libra right there. Okay? These people are used to defining themselves by their relationships and their partnerships and the cooperation that they receive from others. Okay? But with the North, that's the South Node in Libra, right? But with the North Node in Aries, they're going to have to learn how to do things themselves. Some people are like, why do when it comes to me needing something, no one is there for me, but I'm always there for everybody else. I'm always there to help you, but when it's time to do, you're not there to help me. That may very well, if you have the North Node in Aries, that may very well be the lesson that you need to learn. Okay? And they have to learn how not to be so considerate of others, to actually grasp and refine functioning on their own by themselves, okay? In the face of adversity or discomfort, okay? Because adversity would be Aries and discomfort would be Libra, all right? Would be a Libra factor. Also, these people need to learn to take the initiative and to motivate themselves more, and therefore they will be struck more with responsibility with that regard. Now, where the planet Mars is in respect to that will actually show you where that's going to play itself out, because Mars is a dispositor of Aries. In the case of the North Node in Pisces, the place of Neptune and Jupiter will show you those areas of life where this is going to play itself out the most at, and where you need to draw upon the resources in order to attain what that sign's lesson has. All right. I want to make it complete. We didn't do the South Node in Taurus or the South Node in Gemini or the South Node in Cancer at all. So does somebody else want to grasp that, or I can get it?
Well, I can grasp and speak. I can speak about the Cancer, the North Node in Cancer. I think we did touch about that a little bit.
No, I said the South Node in Cancer.
Okay, the South Node in Cancer would be the North Node in Capricorn, because the nodes that we're speaking of are in polarity, and that means the sign that opposes that sign. In mathematical terms, it would be 180 degrees, excuse me. So we're speaking about the South Node in Cancer, you said, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so the South Node in Cancer would mean that this individual would have already learned how to build a family. They would already have the sense of emotions and feelings and attachments to the mother or the grandmother or women in their life. Okay? This individual would have to learn how to be responsible and achieve a level of honor and respect on their own, because the 10th house, cosmophysically speaking, is the reputation, the status, the overall position in life. And the South Node would be comfortable. You know, I can give a phrase for the South Node as that which one is comfortable with, you know, and one may be comfortable with the home and the family and the mother nurturing and giving to the self as far as protective, everything like that. The North Node in Capricorn would have to do with one achieving a sense of respect and honor by going out on their own, by doing their own business, or achieving a sense of responsibility where they go out on their own, where they show a sense of responsibility.
Okay. You finished? You want to do a South Node in Leo? No, we already did that. Huh? No, South Node in Gemini.
The South Node in Gemini would be that this individual was already experienced, or they're already talented in, or they have a gift to communicate and gab and get information. The North Node in Sagittarius, which is the opposition or the polarity to counterbalance that, would be to explore and to adventure out into something new. Maybe a doctrine that one individual is not used to broaden their horizons, which is Sagittarius. To explore to a certain degree, maybe traveling is a something. It depends really on the house of the North Node and the South Node when we're speaking about this this law of the North Node and South Node, but generally speaking, it would be more of an explorative route, you know, because Sagittarius is exploring and travel and education, you know, one to go to school and to learn something and to pick something up, to bring that back, you know, to the circle, or the circle of 12 within themselves, so that they can learn something new.
We haven't done Taurus.
South Node in Taurus?
You want to do it?
South Node in Taurus, I can do it. The South Node in Taurus...
Go ahead, Marco. Go ahead.
The South Node in Taurus means that this individual already understands ways in which to acquire or ways in which to possess. This individual may even know how to sing, even. You know, and they may use this talent so that they can experience shared resources with someone. They may have to go out and, instead of them being the singer, it might have them going out to experience how to share resources with an individual. It might be another singer, someone else who has the talent to sing, and they may be the one who has to join finances or inherit some type of way in which to get somebody else to partner up with them for their singing. Taurus has everything to do with the finances. So if the South Node is in Taurus, it would be the level of acquiring and the possessions. Like, this individual already knows how to get possessions, and they might be financially wealthy, or they may experience circumstances in life where they receive a certain amount of monetary gain. Okay, and the North Node may push them towards shared resources, which is what Scorpio is, and sharing with an individual. So they may need to learn how to share with one another, you know, in order to achieve what it is that they want. They may need somebody else in their life to achieve something so that they can reach their level of attainment.
Okay, I would also like to go back on the North Node in Gemini and pardon me, the South Node in Gemini and the North Node in Sagittarius. Okay, because Sagittarius means wide. All right. The downside of Gemini would be narrow-mindedness, because Gemini is the labeling segregative indicator or indicative of the segregative and naming faculty of the mind and the mentality. All right. And Sagittarius would represent the widening of that. An easy example of that is a person who puts too much reliance upon what they read, thinking that simply because they read it in a book, it must be true. Well, the note said this, so it must be true. The media is saying this, so this must be true. But the Sagittarius is more open-minded.
Or another example of that is people who read books, but they then go to, like for instance, you read a book about the culture of another country, but then you go to that country and experience it. So that could be another example of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of armchair historians who, you know, they read books, and they're very fluid with